Hey YouTube, this is just going to be a quick video on what I carry in my fly boxes, so hope you like it. First off, we have poppers. I've got the green popper right here. Like, these three poppers were store-bought. I've got Sneaky Pete's, they were store-bought, you know, just stuff like that. And then I've got dry flies. And like, I do tie my own flies, so the white spider and the black spider, I made those, the two green ones right here, store-bought, as well as a lot of these dry flies were store-bought. Like, I made this one, and there's just a few others in here that I made, and that's just like dry flies, stuff like that. And then for bass, I have a bigger fly box, and this is kind of like just the everyday side of it, you know. Like, I've got woolly boogers and stuff like that right here, and you know, I got bread flies and stuff for carp. And I got these minnows right here, which I bought at Walmart because I have a 9-foot 8-weight fly rod, and it seems to throw them pretty good, so I use them for bass. Then I've got just like stuff that I've tied, just different variations and stuff, like these little red ones and stuff like that. They seem to work pretty good for brim and bass. And I got these that I use for carp. The green one works pretty good as far as like grass carp goes. Then I got other just green variations that I've tied, and you know, just white flies, stuff like that. Nothing real special, but they seem to work. And then this, when I first started fly tying, this was the first one I ever made. I've never used it, don't really know what it would be. It's just something I made. That stuff, you know, imitate like minnows and baby bass. Then I've got some like little worm style flies and stuff like that that I've tied. Then just like I've got just a lot of random black and white flies. They seem to work pretty good for some reason. Like, I have no idea why black and white flies work so good. But just, yeah, that's just stuff in this box. Let me put all these back in this little compartment, and we'll flip over and I'll show you the bass side of it. Let me shut that up. And then on this side we've got just like another real big red and white variation flies. Like, they seem to work really good. Then I've got, I believe this is called a subducer. It fishes and throws very well. Like I said, I've got a 9-foot 8-weight fly rod, and it'll flip it up wind without a problem. Then we've got, like, I made this last night. It is a bend back variation to imitate a minnow. And what I did when I tied this is I took and put solder right there where the thread is by my thumb. I put solder on it so it'll sink head first, kind of like that, and hug the bottom, which will make it work really well. Then we got just like old red and white Clouser minnows. They're pretty beat up. Like I said, they're old. Then just another variation like this. Just different stuff, you know. It works, so I use it. This actually goes in here. Okay, let me put this up. Then I got a foam popper that I tied. It works, you know, just stuff like that. Then I've got woolly boogers, that sort of stuff that I've tied. Like, this one seems to work really well. You know, I've got red and white ones with hackle and green marabou. I've got all kinds of stuff, you know. Got one with red hackle. I guess that looks almost like a bleeding bait pattern, because this one works the best out of all of them. Then we get on to right here, and I've got poppers that I made. This seems to be my favorite right here. It works really well. You know, I've got all kinds of stuff. Like, I made all these poppers. Then we got big bass poppers that I've made, and they're actually kind of jumbled up here. Let me try to get them untangled. This is the first popper that I ever made. Never caught anything on it, but it works. Then I made this one. This is the one that I caught the biggest bass on popper on fly rod on. So that's my lucky popper. And it's got this orange pattern. It seems to work pretty well. And then this has got to be my favorite. This is the frog right here. That works really good if you're around weeds. Even though it fishes like it's weedless, but it's obviously not. Right there, y'all can see the hook just open right there in the open. So, and I got like double-sided tape for strike indicators. But yeah, That's my fly box, and that's all my fly fishing gear. And this is just a double-sided plano box that I used to store that. And then this right here is actually by Crystal River. Yeah, right there in the corner you can see a little logo. But it's double-sided. You got the foam inserts. It's pretty cool. But yeah, just showing y'all what I have in my fly box. Hope you liked it.